Welcome, everyone, to the Stopped Evaluation Movement. Today, I just want to share my heart about something that we all can relate to, and that is our emotions. And so, are our emotions a friend or a foe? Well, the answer is yes, to both. They can be our friend, and at other times, they can be our enemy. They can be our greatest asset or our greatest liability. In my life, at times my emotions brought peace, but at other times they brought chaos. They can generate so much courage, or they can lock us into a prison of fear because we believe lies. And now we can't connect our heart to others, and we erect these walls around ourselves, trying to keep others out and protect us as we're hiding inside of a prison of shame and a prison of fear. Those lies that are telling us that we are not good enough. Or they can be such a friend that say, you hold value. They can be these amazing feel-good emotions that when we know we've done our best and we brought our best to the table, that we've had impact. It is so wonderful when our emotions support what is good, healthy, and productive. But boy, it is difficult when they oppose us, when they scream lies to us, when they hinder us, when they sabotage us, when they actually become our worst enemy. So, going back to our question, are they a friend or a foe? They are both. They can be our friend, and at another time, they can become a foe. So really, the question is, what do we think about? Because our emotions are generated from the thoughts we think. Thoughts produce an emotion, attitudes, and ultimately our beliefs about ourselves, others, our circumstances, our world. See, those beliefs ultimately impact every decision that we make. It impacts every behavior we choose. So, if our thoughts are negative, fear-based, then our emotions will be twisted by fear. If our thoughts are positive, hope-generating, value-generating, then our emotions will follow suit. See, sometimes we have these feel-bad emotions, and other times we have these feel-good emotions. Both, whether they're feel-good or feel-bad, both could be that foe that traps us into actions we may regret in the future. It's easy to understand that feel-bad emotions would do that, but it can also happen from feel-good emotions because they will influence us to believe something is right or good, and we don't take the time to apply understanding and wisdom. Maybe we want something so much that we desire it so much that it seems to be what will make us happy, so we don't investigate into reality, truth, or those happy emotions. Why am I feeling this? For example, let me try to explain this. When I was 19 years old, I fell in love with Mr. Right. Man, it felt so good. He was my dream come true. I was on cloud nine emotionally, so much so that I ignored these huge red flags. And it didn't end well. See, I followed my emotions, but I didn't apply wisdom. So when we make our decisions based upon our emotion, it's like playing the lottery. We don't know if we'll win or if we will lose. I call it emotional hijacking. That's where my emotions hijack wisdom. I am trusting my feelings more than knowledge, reasoning, or truth. See, our emotions are like a thermometer, revealing my internal thoughts. But decisions are the thermostat. That's the intentional choices that I make to create a healthy internal climate. Emotions are a beautiful part of our humanity. We want emotions. We celebrate emotions, but we do not want our emotions to make our decisions for us. I know when we choose the right thing, we will feel good emotions. When we choose what is wrong or bad, we will feel the negative emotions. unless our conscience is seared or we don't care about others. But I'm talking to those right now who want to value others, lead well, love much, and contribute to their world. So bottom line, we must be careful what we allow to influence us. We must guard our hearts. We must reject negative, destructive, fear-based emotions. We have to become very aware and think about what we are thinking. We must be honest with ourselves. We must look and say, am I focusing on the negative or am I focusing on potential? Are there triggers that are producing these negative, fear-based thoughts and emotions, or what I believe about someone, or what I believe about a situation? Am I being triggered by a negative past experience? There was a time in my life where I could not see value in any man. Why? Because I was molested by men. So anytime I saw a man, it triggered negative emotion. So I actually had to begin to understand why I was feeling the way I felt so that I could change the way I think. I could confront lies with truth. And then now when I see a man, I celebrate him just like anyone else. Because see, it's not what happens to us. It's what happens in us that shapes our thoughts, our emotions, our attitudes, and ultimately our beliefs. We have to remind ourselves that we can rewrite the instructions of our mind brain through wisdom, through truth, through knowledge, through understanding. We can set that internal thermostat, that internal healthy climate for our life now and in the future. You see, the more we can establish healthy mindsets or rewrite the instructions of our mind brain through developing new automatic patterns of thought, we can actually rewrite the instructions of our mind brain. So a simple scientific fact is that our brains are constantly changing. The amazing thing is that we have the ability to direct that change for good. So if I have negative fear-based emotions and I can understand why I feel what I feel, and then submit that to truth, submit that to reality, submit that to wisdom and understanding and healthy thought processes, I not only can change the way I think, but it will impact the way I feel. Tracy Deuce says, I love this quote, "Your brain creates your reality. In life, it's not what happens to you that determines what you do or how you feel. It is how your brain perceives reality that makes it so. So my emotions are telling me how my brain is perceiving reality. When I begin to make conscious choices to investigate truth, investigate reality, gain understanding, gain wisdom, and I become that thermometer, as it were. And that thermometer says, this is how I'm going to set the course of my life. This is how I am going to set how I will think and feel about truth, about reality. I have the ability to do that. A good friend of mine, Peter Demarest, is talking about neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity is our brain's ability to change and adjust and rewrite its instructions. And he says the brain is constantly changing, unlearning, and learning. And we have the power to make it change the way we want it to change. See, every person can become the sculptor of their own brain. We can become the prophet of our future, as it will be, by the way we think. See, our thoughts are an indicator, that thermometer, as it were, of whether or not we are healthy emotionally. So at that moment, each of us hold the power to apply wisdom to our lives so we don't get off course. You, as well as your family, your business, your areas of influence and impact, all need you to be healthy. The fact is, I must look at my emotions and be real and say, why do I feel the way I feel? Take time, pause, inquire, research, do whatever you need to do to say, are my thoughts telling me the truth, or are they taking me off course? I want my emotions to be a friend partnering with my purpose, not a foe driving me away from my passion, my purpose, and from healthy relationships. So today, my heart is for you to see the value of emotions, but also to recognize that you don't want to trust them separate from truth, separate from reality, or separate from wisdom. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I believe that your emotions can become a friend in your life when you understand the power of your thoughts, the power of your emotions, the power of your attitudes, and ultimately your beliefs to do what is right and impact your world for good. I want to thank you for listening and encourage you to become a part of the Stop Devaluation movement. Be sure to like and follow #StopDevaluation on social media, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and visit StopDevaluation.com for more information and free resources. You can help spread the movement by sharing with others, leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, and most of all, by living a courageous lifestyle of using your power for good. Go out and value someone today. Your life matters, and you can make the world a better place. One word, one choice, one action of validation at a time.